Check out this joke.
I've been at Epstein's Island. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty young, so I don't remember much.
That's still one of my favorites. If you like stand-up comedy or just jokes in general, I'm gonna break down why that joke works. Today I wanna focus on breaking down the premise and how you can use a reference in the punchline to imply the concept of the joke without just stating it outright. Because the concept of that joke is, I've been to Epstein's Island, surprise, as a victim. Not really funny on its own. Sometimes just stating what the joke is enough. I used to have a joke where I would say that I looked like Eddie Munster if he grew up to be a cop. Now that always worked on its own. The two different references are silly and distinct enough where there's a lot of surprise there, even though I draw just a big bold line in between those two concepts. We need a little more for this Epstein joke. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk the audience 90% of the way there and then use a reference that implies the concept of the joke, that implies the surprise. And then the audience has to figure out that last 10%. The realization in their own minds and figuring out themselves adds to the surprise of the punchline. So again, the concept of the joke, I've been to Epstein's Island, but as a victim, we're gonna use some sort of reference around that victim part to imply it. Yeah. I was pretty young, so I don't remember much. Another option could be, it was the 2000s. What kid didn't want to meet Chris Tucker? It doesn't matter what the reference is, as long as the audience comes to the conclusion that you're trying to drive them towards. In fact, I'm working on an updated version. Now with some of the Epstein files out and photos out, I've been thinking of using a reference. I've been to Epstein Island. They actually have pictures of me. I kind of lucked out though, because I put a black box around my face. Again, implying that I was one of the children in the pictures. Is that reference gonna work? I don't know. The only way to really know if your reference is gonna work and is gonna be understood is to test it out. And yes, this is another onesie.